I'm here in my hometown of Cincinnati at UC, about to go on stage at a Turning Point event. And my message tonight is the number one factor that determines whether you succeed in life is actually you. It's not what somebody else did to you. It's not just luck. Those things can matter. But the number one factor is yourself. And I know that that's what the American dream is built on because I've lived it growing up right here in Cincinnati. I went to public schools through 8th grade. I went to St. X for high school. And then I went to study at top universities elsewhere on the East Coast, and I founded companies. Part of the American way of life is you take risks. Sometimes you succeed, sometimes you fail, but you got to be willing to take those risks to be able to discover who you are. My first company, Roivant, is now thankfully one of the most successful biotech companies founded in the 21st century. We developed medicines for patients who needed them for diseases ranging from prostate cancer to endometriosis to rare genetic diseases in kids. But the first medicine we developed was actually a drug for Alzheimer's disease, which happened to fail. That was a painful failure. Drug development involves risks, any venture does. But we were strengthened by that to work even harder to develop the medicines that went on to save lives. That's a lesson I've taken ever since. Even in my journey in politics, I've learned that sometimes you have to take a risk to do what's actually right for your country. I left my job as a biotech CEO. Why? To challenge a new kind of cancer. Not a biological cancer, but a cultural cancer of woke infection across the country that says your identity is based on your race, your gender, and your sexuality. And when I started talking about that back in 2020, that was actually a really controversial thing to say. Well, the truth is I worry about that same type of identitarian victimhood culture now showing up in other places, not just on the woke left. We'll talk about it even tonight in a room full of what I guess are going to be campus conservatives, to talk about the fact that whether you're on the left or if you're on the right, victimhood culture is still the wrong answer. It's not what somebody else did to you, it's what you can do for yourself. That's the way of American manifest destiny. That's the way of self-determination. That's the American way. And the same mind virus that affected the woke left, we're going to make sure it doesn't affect the next generation of young Americans, even who call themselves on the right. That's what we're going to talk about really soon.